Hi, I'm Dr. Karen Pascoe, and this is Aromatherapy for Sleep Disturbance. Most people have sleep disturbance at some time in their life, and some people have chronic sleep disturbance. It can happen for many reasons, and there's different types of sleep disturbance. In this video, I'm going to offer you 4 aromatherapies that can help with sleep disturbance. Now, aromatherapy on its own is a wonderful intervention. Aromatherapy affects the olfactory sense, the sense of smell in the brain, which directly influences your chemistry, neurotransmitters, specifically serotonin. Serotonin is essential for sleep because serotonin in your system, when it turns dark out, the pineal gland in your brain, the part of your brain that regulates sleep, goes around and converts that serotonin into melatonin. So a lot of times people talk about melatonin for helping them sleep, but you have to understand that it first was serotonin. So that really is the neurotransmitter you want to work on. So aromatherapy directly influences that. Also, aromatherapy can stand alone, but in addition to other practices, you're going to have more of a benefit. So in this video, I'm going to offer 4 aromatherapy protocols, 4 different blends that help different types of sleep disturbance and different reasons for sleep disturbance. And in addition, as we go through each one, I'm going to offer you a breathing strategy that is best associated to increase the benefit to make sure you have an even better outcome. Now, in addition, I have a whole other video that goes into more detail about the nature of sleep disturbance, the reasons why we have it, the different types. But for this, I'm going to stay with the aromatherapy and the breathing that goes along with those each unique blends. This video is set up for you to be able to make these blends for yourself. So I'm going to walk you through the first blend with the setup and the materials that you need so that if you do want to make these for yourself, you'll know what you need to be able to do that. And then I'm going to talk you through the last 3 of the blends. I already made those ones. So these blends that I'm using today, I've used for a long time. I'm very comfortable with these oils and the benefits of them. Essential oils come from medicinal plants and they all have unique benefits. So the blends that I'm offering today cover a variety of the medicinal plants, but this also gives you a choice in case you like something more than another. And of course, if you have an adverse reaction to any of these oils, just stop it immediately. There's plenty of choice. You can choose something else and still have a wonderful effect. So we're going to walk through the first aromatherapy blend that I'm going to make with you so you can see the setup. So let me talk about that for a second. So you're going to need the essential oils that you want, and I'll go through each of the oils with the protocol. You're going to need something to put the blend in. I like these 10 milliliter roller bottles. They come with a 10 milliliter bottle, a little roller, which is also the stopper so it doesn't leak out, and then a cap. You can get these at some stores, some health food stores. You can also buy them on Amazon. They don't cost too much. They usually come in a pack of 6 to 12 to 24. So you can make some and share them with your friends. So you'll need the bottle for that. A lot of times when you get these bottles in the kit, the package that the bottles come in, you'll also get some of the other supplies, like a little funnel, in case the oil that you have does not drop out well of its natural dropper and you have to take that cap off and pour. You probably want a funnel for that. You can also use a little dropper. So these 2 things typically come in the package when you buy these 10 milliliter glass bottles. Some other things that you're going to need are a pen that will write, a waterproof pen that'll write on the glass. Even though you think you're going to remember what you put in that bottle, if you have more than one and you're not labeling your bottles, there's a good chance you're going to forget what's what. So I just think it's always good to write on the bottle exactly what's in there, or if you have a name for that oil, what you're calling that oil, so you'll know what's in there. Also some paper towels because this stuff kind of tends to spill. And then something to set the bottle in. This was just the packaging that came from a set of oil bottles I got, but I use it every time because these 10 milliliter bottles tip over so easy when you're pumping the fractionated coconut oil or when you're dropping it in. So you want something to stabilize it. Like I said, I've been doing this for a decade and I can't tell you how many times on that last drop I just knocked the whole thing over. And made a mess and had to start over. So something to hold the bottles in. And then you're going to need some fractionated coconut oil. All these blends are designed to be able to put right on your skin. So they're about a 5% dilution. So each of these 10 milliliter bottles will have about 10 to 12 drops of oil. I could go up to about 15 in there, but these are pretty potent scents, so I'm not. 10 to 12 drops of the essential oil. And then you want to fill the rest of the bottle with the fractionated coconut oil. Some of the oils have qualities to them that can irritate the skin. I mean, some of these oils you can use as cleaning products. So you want to be mindful that you have fractionated coconut oil in there to dilute that. So if you're putting it on your skin, it won't irritate your skin. Again, it's always where everybody's skin's different. So it's always worth testing it out in a really small amount to see if you're going to be okay with the oils that you're working with. I've never had any problem with any of these oils, especially when they're diluted. But again, everybody's skin's different. So you need the fractionated coconut oil to dilute it. These are roller bottles. So again, you can put them on your skin. And then I'll talk to you about kind of my favorite method to do that. So we're going to make the first blend together. And the formulas I will include in the video and then also in the description if you just want to quick refer back to them at any time. So the first blend that I'm going to offer, I call Twilight. And it is a combination of peppermint and rose. And the reason I'm using this is peppermint is a very fresh scent. And so it gathers up your attention. And this Twilight blend is specifically for individuals that have a hard time turning your brain off to fall asleep. So this Twilight blend is good to help you fall asleep. Everybody's sleep reasons, there's reasons for sleep disturbance are different, and some people can't fall asleep and some people can't stay asleep. So I'm covering it all, but this one is for being able to fall asleep. So the peppermint kind of catches your thoughts and brings them together so that you can organize yourself and you're not stuck on that reel. Peppermint will help you let go of thoughts. And then I paired it up with rose because rose is a very soft, soothing scent. And so this way the peppermint gathers up those thoughts and the rose will help soothe and calm your mind down. Peppermint is very often used for a variety of cognitive issues, some brain issues, thought-related issues. So this is really good for being able to help yourself fall asleep. So peppermint is quite potent as an oil. So in this particular formula, I'm putting 4 drops of peppermint in it. So I'm going to just take my bottle of the pure oil. And a note on oils, not all essential oils have the same quality. You want a quality product. It really is not worth doing this if you're not going to get something that's good. So do a little bit of research into various oil companies and their practices and standards and things like that, because you want to get something good. But I encourage you to do your research on that. So this peppermint, quite potent, really good, completely pure. I'm going to put 4 drops into my little roller bottle there. And this peppermint is pretty thin of an oil, so I think 1 extra just dropped in there, but that's okay. These are estimates. So the peppermint is pretty easy to drop out, and so is rose. Some of the other oils are a little bit thicker, and so you would need probably the funnel to pour it or the dropper to pick it up out of there and then kind of squeeze it and force it in. But these drop really well. So peppermint, 4 drops, and then rose is going to be 6 drops. So I'm going to drop 6 in there because rose is a much lighter scent than the peppermint. Yes, and sometimes the droppers are very slow. And here you can even start practicing your breathing. I don't want to look away because then I'll miss the count on the drops. This is 4. That's how slow this is going. 5 and 6. Okay. So there's my peppermint and rose. And now I'm going to take this. And when I use this, I always put the bottle at one of the edges so that I can put it close to the edge of the table. The fractionated coconut oil, this is 16 ounces of that. You want the ones for this kind of a project with the pump and a thin pump if possible, if you can get that. And then that way you can take it down here and get it real close into the bottle. I can kind of put the nose of this right in the bottle. And then I just pump the oil in until it fills up. And I set that off to the side. And then I have my stopper. And I'm going to pop that in and put my cap on. And then I'm going to give it a little shake to blend it. Put it there because I don't need that anymore. Okay, let's give it a little smell. So you have to get the roller going so the oil gets on the bottom of the roller. It is. This has such a lovely thought clearing effect, but the rose helps makes it soft. So this is my Twilight blend. This is one that I recommend when you are having trouble getting your mind to stop thinking to fall asleep. That paper towel is probably pretty noisy in that microphone. So, but oil gets all over these things, and you want to wipe off the oil before you write and label your bottles. Okay. We will move on to the next oil blends that I have here. So again, the Twilight blend, peppermint and rose, is to help your mind calm down, stop all that thought so that you can fall asleep. So that's what that blend is for. The next blend that I have, I call Nightfall. And this one is very similar to my Bliss blend. If you have watched my video on aromatherapy for anxiety, I use the Bliss blend in there, which also could serve as a sleep enhancement, but this one I adjusted a little bit. So this one I call Nightfall, and this one is a combination of lavender, sandalwood, and vanilla. And lavender is the gold standard for calming everything down. So this one is really good to help regulate and calm a nervous system down. So if that's one of the reasons that you're having sleep disturbance, you have anxiety, a lot of stress throughout your day, this is going to help calm your nervous system down so you can help fall asleep, and this will help a little bit help you stay asleep. So I call it Nightfall, and the formula on this is 5 drops of lavender, 5 drops of sandalwood, and 3 drops of vanilla. So lavender is the gold standard for calming the nervous system. Sandalwood is a very soft and grounding oil, and so that pairs up really well to have that calming, soothing effect on your nervous system. And then vanilla doesn't really have any medicinal properties that we know of, but the smell itself is sweet and soft, and that alone then has a calming effect. So this combination will help regulate your nervous system and help calm you down if an activated nervous system is contributing to your sleep disturbance. So this one, like I said, I'm going to offer a breathing strategy for each of these. I'm going to circle back on the first one that I did for the breathing strategy. But this one with the Nightfall, the one to regulate your nervous system, the breathing strategy that would be paired up with this is called Kaki breath. And again, if you've watched any of my anxiety videos, you're probably familiar with this breathing practice. Kaki breath, K-A-K-I, it's a Sanskrit word, a yoga word that means crow, and it's referring to the crow's beak. And that's how you perform this breathing strategy. So it's an inhale through the nose and an exhale through a crow's beak. So you basically purse your lips and exhale out through those pursed lips. So inhale through the nose and exhale through pursed lips. So you're doing this with the aromatherapy. So you've already put the aromatherapy either on your neck or on your wrists, or again, my favorite strategy for sleeping is to put the aromatherapy on a tissue and then slide that into your pillowcase. I do not recommend diffusing aromatherapy into the room overnight. Maybe if you have a timer on it and you set it for a little while, 30 minutes until you fall asleep or while you're falling asleep. But I think these methods are just a little bit more simple, and to put the aromatherapy right on your skin or to put it on a tissue that you can just slide into your pillowcase, and that way you can discard it the next day, especially if you want to switch it out and try a different formula another day. But this Nightfall blend to calm the nervous system, pair it up with Kaki breath. That also helps regulate the nervous system. Kaki breath has a downward current of energy. It calms everything down. So it's the perfect breath to associate with this aromatherapy blend. The next blend that we're going to discuss is called Slumber. I call it Slumber. I just made up these names. You can make up anything you want, but the names I chose do kind of highlight what the effects are with this. So Slumber, this formula, this blend is designed to help you stay asleep. So again, there's many reasons for sleep disturbance, and there's different types of sleep disturbance. Some people wake up between the hours of 2 and 4 a.m. and then they can't go back to sleep, and they wake up restless and quickly back into thought, and it's quite disturbing. It's a sleep disturbance. So this one is designed to help you sleep longer throughout the night, to stay deeper in sleep. So I called it Slumber. And the oils we're using to help accomplish that are frankincense and chamomile. Now, chamomile is very popular as a tea for a sleep tonic because consuming chamomile, the plant itself, the whole plant, the flowers, will help you relax your mind and body to help you fall asleep. So I'm using it here for the aromatherapy benefits because it also has aromatherapy benefits to help calm and soothe your system so that you drift off to sleep and then stay asleep. And frankincense I'm using specifically for this blend to stay asleep is because frankincense has a hardiness to it. It has a durability. And you want to have, it might sound odd, but like you want to have a durability to stay asleep. Sleep is a very precious thing, and you want some strength within your system to hold you there. So you have to regulate your nervous system to be able to get calm and then have that strength, that holding, that durability to stay asleep so you don't pop awake under various conditions. So this formula is 5 drops of chamomile and 5 drops of frankincense. They're both fairly potent, and so I did an even split on this. And then that goes to the breathing strategy that goes with this. The breathing strategy to help you stay asleep longer is called sama vriti. Sama means equal, and so it's equal breathing. That helps calm and stabilize your nervous system. It's equal, it's consistent. And so that's how you practice it. You take an inhale, say, for the count of 5, and then you exhale for the count of 5. While you're trying to go to sleep, maybe you're going to deepen that and lengthen that a bit, and inhale for the count of 6, and then exhale for the count of 6. As long as it's equal, sama vriti, equal breathing. So it's the same length of the inhale as the exhale. Now that works in a couple ways. One, that's a good length of time for a breath is between 5 and 6 seconds. So that's going to create a calming effect. Getting your attention to do the counting so that you stay with that equal breathing is going to help calm your mind down from the random thoughts that it has. And then it has a stabilizing quality just in its equalness on both sides. So that blend, Slumber, chamomile, frankincense, paired up with sama vriti. And again, I'm saying all this, and I'm also going to write this in the comments in case you just want a quick reference another time. Next, I have a blend that I call yin. Yin as opposed to yang, yin and yang, we know are 2 forms of energy that always exist in some level of harmony. Yin is the calming, cooling, moisturizing, soft, fluid energy, and yang is the activated, sun, upward moving energy. And so this one is called yin. And this is specific for women. This blend is to help women that have hormone issues relating to the sleep disturbance. Hormone issues will show up when there's a hormone imbalance or a fluctuation, meaning they're changing. So typically, menstruating women will have hormone fluctuations specifically right before they start their menstrual cycle that will cause sleep disturbance. Considerable sleep disturbance during phases of perimenopause and then menopause. And so this formula specifically is for women to be able to help those regulation, to help you regulate the hormone imbalances or at least navigate that time in your life to improve sleep. So the yin energy is what goes away when those hormones are out of balance, especially in perimenopause and menopause. You lack yin energy. You lack cool, slow, soft, fluid. You're hot and dry. That's how it is. And that is the opposite of what you need for sleep. So this yin formula uses clary sage, which clary sage is a long time known to help hormonal imbalances. And so it's a combination of clary sage and bergamot. Bergamot, if you watch my other videos, you know it's my absolute favorite oil. It is a citrus oil that also has a little bit of a floral undertone, but it is a beneficial oil for mood regulation. So this is a combination of mood and hormone regulation that creates a yin. It creates a softness, a calming, a slowing. So this blend I did, and vanilla. Where's my vanilla? And I added 2 drops of vanilla to add in that sweetness to also facilitate that yin quality, because yin is soft and sweet and slow and fluid and moisturizing, and vanilla, just the scent of it itself. Again, it doesn't really have medicinal properties, but creates a sweetness, and sweet tends to be slow and soft. So it is 5 drops of clary sage, 5 drops of bergamot, and 2 drops of vanilla. So that's the yin formula. And the breathing practice that I'm pairing up with this is called Dirga breath. And Dirga breath is a 3-part breath, which eventually becomes a wave-like breathing pattern. And the way you practice this, as you take an inhale, you imagine and try to facilitate inhaling first into the bottom of the lungs, then inhale into the middle, and then into the top. And then as you exhale, it's the opposite. So you exhale out the top of the lungs first, and then the middle of the lungs, and then you empty out the bottom. As if you were filling up a glass of water. You're pouring water into a glass. You're first filling it into the bottom. That's your inhale. Then you fill into the middle. Then you fill into the top. And as you pour out, you first exhale out the top, then the middle, and then the bottom. And so that's the 3-part breath of Dirga. And as you're practicing this, you try to let those 3 parts become more fluid and consistent. So it's a wave, filling the bottom to the top and emptying from the top to the bottom. And it creates a soft, soothing, yin-like quality within your system. So that breathing paired up with this essential oil is very beneficial. Now I'm going to circle back to the first blend that I offered you, the Twilight blend, that is the peppermint and rose blend. And this again is the one that helps you turn off your brain to fall asleep. And so the breathing practice that goes with this one is called triangle breath. And it's a very specific formula of breathing. And it goes like this. You take an inhale for the count of 5. You hold your breath, retain for 3. And then you exhale for 7. And so it's called triangle breath because it has that 3-part breathing pattern. The inhale for the count of 5, because that is an ideal breath to be able to completely fill the lungs. Between 5 and 6 is the ideal breath to fill the lungs. So taking that count of 5, and then you retain your breath for the count of 3. Now, there's a lot of breathing practices out there that have you hold your breath for extended periods of time. I get the purpose of those. That is stress training. That in itself is not relaxing. And so nobody wants to hold their breath. It is not comfortable to hold your breath. But retaining your breath for a short time, because it's uncomfortable and the body doesn't want to do that, it gathers up attention from the brain. So if your mind is often running on a lot of thoughts and you can't let them go and they're just reeling over and over, this short breath retention collects all the energy in your mind and directs it on that effort to retain your breath. But it's only for 3 seconds because you don't want to create any kind of physiological reaction, a stress response to holding your breath because of its discomfort. So it's short. So it's 5 seconds on the inhale to fill up the lungs. It's hold for 3 seconds to gather up your attention. And then it's a 7-second 7-second exhale so that you have that slow, soothing, letting go of all that thought that you just collected. 5-second inhale, 3-second hold, 7-second exhale. Now, if you are a swimmer or someone with exceptional lungs, feel free to adjust that for you. So it could be 6, 4, and 8, but you want that pattern for this breathing practice. You want a full inhale to fill up your lungs. You want a retention, but a short retention. And you want the longest phase to be that exhale to let go of all that thought and all the energy associated with that thought. And again, you're doing this with this scent of peppermint and rose. And so it has that clearing quality anyway. So those are the 4 formulas that I recommend and have used a lot for sleep disturbances. Of course, there's many others that we can do, but these are 4 easy ones. All these oils are very safe and pretty easy to get your hands on. So I hope that you found benefit from this video and these aromatherapy blends to help navigate your sleep disturbance at this time. And again, I have other videos on extended videos on discussing sleep disturbance, its nature, reasons that you have it, types, and then also extended protocols that go into the whole holistic package of a variety of interventions, including nutrition strategies, movement strategies. But I hope these breathing and aromatherapy strategies help you fall asleep. Thank you for watching.